Saturday morning. And in today's podcast, I want to give you a very powerful copywriting lesson. So I was on a call this morning with a coach who signed up to my program, and she's very similar to like a lot of coaches that I speak with in that she tried a lot of things and things and failed, but most importantly, in terms of this episode, she'd invested in a lot of other programs, specifically $150,000 in her business, and still she doesn't have consistent clients coming through. Now, a lot of coaches have the opinion that, when they speak to someone on the phone that's invested that amount, there's that thought in your mind that's like, well, they spent all this money on other programs, like why, if they spent 150 grand, like why would they spend another $10,000 on mine? Because, they've already spent so much, like why would they be willing to give that up? However, the opposite is actually true. When someone has spent that amount of money, it doesn't have, again, this is obviously a business example for my business, but it relates to every coaching market. When someone has spent that amount of money trying to solve a problem that you solve, it means that they're a very, very good prospect. It means that they have a big pain point and they want to get this problem solved. And it means they're actually easy to sign up on your sales calls than it is harder, right? Than someone who's never invested before. This is what I always find. Someone that's invested more money, invested in more programs is actually easier. Now, yes, they are more skeptical, right? So you have to do the right thing and build the relationship with them, which is again why I like regular emails, sending regular content, building the relationship. She'd actually known me, no joke, 8 years. She'd known me for 8 years. And actually, so I signed 2 clients today. One had known me for 8 years and another one had known me for 18 months. Okay, so the ones that are more invested, they've been trying to solve the problem that you help, that have been around the block, they're often more skeptical, but they're going to be your best clients because they really want this problem solved, right? And so the lesson here today is when you're thinking about your dream client, you want to think about that person in your market that has invested the most, right? So that specifically invested the most time and the most money. So I'll give you a couple of examples. So if you're like a relationship coach, and this is what I like, so a relationship coach, or actually I've got a client that helps men or women who've like gone through the death of a spouse. But I said to them, look, if I was in your shoes, I would specifically use the word, use the language death of your wife or death of your husband, right? Because if they're your wife or your husband, you were a lot more invested in that relationship. The same if you're a relationship coach, you're trying to fix or reconnect a relationship, transform a relationship, right? I wouldn't go after people that are just in a non-marital relationship, right? Just like a partnership. I would literally market to people who are who are married specifically, right? Because if they're married, they're more invested, right? They've literally gone through the process of marriage, signed the contract, they probably have got kids, they've got more to lose if the partnership breaks up, so they're going to be more motivated to take action and pay as well. So when you're looking at a market, you want to speak to that person who has already been around the block and has already tried the strategies, okay? So for example, that's why in my emails, I'm always talking about, have you invested in other programs? Have you tried this funnel or this funnel and this funnel? It's not worked, right? So if you're a dating coach, maybe you're talking about, if you tried this dating strategy or this dating strategy. And so the point is you're crafting a message to that person that's more invested through time and money. That's your ideal client, because as I said, that's the person that is going to be more likely to invest versus someone that, let's say you're trying, losing weight, that's never tried a diet before. That has, even if they're overweight and it's still a serious problem for them, if they've never tried, they've never invested in a program, they've never bought a book, they've never literally been to a gym, yes, they may want to do something about it now, but the fact that they haven't invested any time or money in it before this stage is an actual red flag, and it makes it harder to sell them. So that's why you want to craft your message to the more experienced, quote unquote experienced, the one that's invested more time and money. Because for the other person, it's more of an emotional sale, and you can still sign them up. It's just a harder sale. Your closing rate will be lower. Okay. So anyway, this is a copywriting thing that I've just done over the years. I've always thought about the market who, as I said, who's more invested more time, more money, because that person is the high quality prospect. They are more skeptical, so you have to you have to be an actual expert. You have to build the relationship. You can't be too hypey, right? You definitely don't want to be too hypey, because that will really push them away. That'll make them feel like, oh, this is just another one of those, fake gurus. So because they're a little bit more sophisticated, you have to be a little bit more toned down, which actually, if you're a coach that doesn't like hype, which is most coaches, that actually probably better fit for you anyway. Okay. So with that being said, just a small tip on when you're thinking about your message, your dream client, maybe you should revisit your avatar right now based on this advice and go, okay, I've got my dream client avatar, because most of us have mapped this out, right? And here are their frustrations, here are their demographics. In terms of their frustrations, am I talking to the person that's actually done this for a little while and they're frustrated because things haven't worked? Or am I talking to more of a newbie in the market that hasn't invested any time or money? If so, I would shift and speak to that more experienced person, because you'll get a better prospect on the phone. Okay. So with that being said, if you want help with this, if you want help getting consistent clients, that's what we help with, right? So we have a done for you offer, or we have a done with you offer, depending on which side you fit into. All you have to do is just go to apply.lukecharlton.com, apply.lukecharlton.com. That specific landing page is for the done for you offer. But again, if you're not a fit for that, it's okay. We'll explain and we'll say, hey, this will be a better fit for you. It's the same system. It's just like, obviously, one's done with you and one's done for you, to get you consistent appointments on autopilot using paid advertising, so you can get more quality clients into your business. So that being said, go to apply.lukecharlton.com, and I will see you on the next episode